So what we want to do to stop all these tells being given off from the hands, the mouth and the shoulders is put it all together and be consistent. Navarro talks about you're looking for establishing baseline behaviour in your opponent, i.e. what they normally do in an ordinary recourse, like when they haven't got any particularly difficult or stressful decisions to make, and deviations from that baseline behaviour, i.e. when something stressful is happening, how do they react that's different? So if you're consistent in your stance and in your pose, then you won't be giving off any tells. So given that we have to concentrate on hands, mouth and shoulders, well, what we should do is do something that ties up all those three. And the way I frame it is what I call the Navarro shutdown. And this is the pose that Phil Hellmuth, for example, adopts. And what it involves is putting your hands to your mouth. Phil Hellmuth does this. I actually do this. And you're leaning forward so your shoulders are consistent. As I say, your hands are on your mouth in the same position every time. So if your mouth is giving off any tells, they're behind your hands, and your hands can't give off any tells because they're constantly in the same position every time, like this. So I call that the Navarro shutdown. So just to remind you, the areas that you should be concentrating on to look for tells and not to give off tells are the hands, the mouth and the shoulders. And the way to stop giving off tells is to shut all these three areas down by putting your hands to your mouth, leaning forward so that your shoulders are always in the same position, and that way you won't give off tells. But of course you'll be looking and concentrating on your opponent's tells and knowing what to look for.